And good morning. Welcome to Morning Night Live with Marty Johnson, aka Dawg Knight. Today, just our second show. I like my new Nike, showing off my new Nike shirts here today. Don't know if you can see it. Well, it's not that new, but I've had it for a while. But someone the other day, I was wearing this shirt, and they said, "Oh, I like that shirt." So, anyway, welcome to Morning Night Live. Today we're going to do some. See what's trending on Twitter like we did yesterday, and then also we're going to look at some of the headlines of the day. So here we go. I'm going to just get right into it, jump right into it today. As I went on Twitter this morning, I noticed that the top thing is Carol Channing passed away at 97. Carol Channing, most famous for her role as Dolly Levi in the musical Hello, Dolly. Very famous actress. If you know anything about the theater, there we got her on the screen there. Carol Channing died Tuesday morning. Her publicist said she was 97 years old. Channing's trademark platinum blonde hair framed her always smiling face. Her wide-eyed, innocent style belied a very savvy mind, and her voice was unmistakable. Probably, I'm going to guess most people who follow me on Twitter probably aren't real familiar with Carol Channing. Hey, good morning, Camel. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. Just saw you there in the chat. She, when I was growing up, Carol Channing showed up on a lot of variety shows. She would show up on the Flip Wilson show. That really shows my age. Or she'd show up on the Sonny and Cher show. Or you'd always see her showing up on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Very funny lady. Very unmistakable style and character. And so may Carol Channing rest in peace. Let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna be flipping back and forth because I'm trying to learn how to do transitions a little smoother. Other things trending on Twitter today: Spider-Man: Far From Home and Mysterio. Looks like they're gonna have Jake Gyllenhaal play the very famous villain Mysterio. There's kind of hinting that there might be an appearance by Sandman also in the new Spider-Man movie that's going to be coming out. And then also looks like Nick Fury. Nick Fury is not dead. It says Tony Stark is dead. Those are not Hydra and Sandman. I feel a ploy by Mysterio. Mysterio looks great, Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm curious to finally see Fury and Peter have a relationship. I'm not sure what they meant by that, but, you never know. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, let's watch the trailer. I think the trailer's up here in a second. Where did it go? I had it on here. Oh, here we go. I believe this is the trailer. So let's check out the trailer. Let's start it over here.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That was so good. Hey, sorry I'm late. Happy.
You look nice.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
What just happened?
Planning a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to Europe. It's a school trip.
Did you get your passport?
I'm going to get destroyed. I just know it. I know I'm going to get content strikes left and right, but anyway, let's just go back because I got the Ramones in the background. I got Spider-Man trailer. I don't know if this. I don't know if you can get a content strike for showing a trailer. Maybe if I talk enough about it in between. Let's just keep going.
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
By the way, I do like this. I can't remember this kid's name who plays Peter Parker, but I do like this guy so much better than was it Tobey Maguire? I can't remember. Anyway, Let's keep going.
Mini toothpaste? Pack your suit.
I just want to go on my trip with my friends. Europe doesn't really need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Also, just seeing Marisa Tomei in any movie, for some reason, I just think she's one of my favorite actresses. Especially she was cool in My Cousin Vinny. But anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, good idea. Take plenty of pause breaks to comment about it. Sure, we'll do that. Okay. The problem is when you're playing music in a trailer that's popular music, that's where you usually get dinged. A lot of times you don't get dinged for the video you show, but you get dinged for the music in the background, even if you only play 5 or 6 seconds of it. So who knows how picky the Ramones are about this. Here we go.
You look really pretty.
Therefore, I have value.
No, that's not
I'm
right.
messing.
Oh Lord, did you hear that? I'm gonna go back. This is how. This is Tom Holland. Toby was Spider-Man in the original 3 movies. Yeah, I know. I knew that. Andrew Garfield. Yeah, see, I did not see. That's the one I didn't see. So I got to check that one out too. The Amazing Spider-Man. I heard that was probably the better of the Spider-Man movies too. But all right, let's go. But here, though, a reason I went backwards here. I'm talking to Camel because I think Camel's the only one viewing anyway. Wait, let me see if anyone else is in here. Oh, well, it says 2. I think I'm one of the 2 though. So it's just me and you, Camel. As soon as I figure out how to throw in, what am I trying to say? I have no idea what I'm trying to say. What did I do with that trailer? Is that it? Oh, there it is. What happened? Oh. See, if you click out of stuff, sometimes you just get caught. Now, wait. So listen to this line, because this is going to tell you the state of relationships in 2019. Listen very carefully.
You look really pretty.
Therefore, I have value.
No, that's not
I'm
right.
messing with you. You look pretty too.
I just want to...
Okay, so now they wrote it a little bit different than I thought they were going to. He says, "You look really pretty." And she says, "Oh, so I have value?" All right, I'm not going to comment on it anymore. Here we go. Let's go. Let's watch
Spend
it.
some time with MJ. I think she really likes me, dude.
That reminds me when I first fell in love. I had just finished my food called.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
Now that's
You're
interesting.
Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay?
He had no spidey sense for Nick Fury? Maybe he's not in danger. Interesting. I wonder if anyone else pointed that out yet.
Okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
Awesome! You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do. Are you going to step up or not?
It's so hard to stop this and say stuff in between. I could do that thing. What is that thing Sinatra does? He goes, he'll play a video, play 8 seconds and say, "This is commentary. This is commentary." It's always funny. Anyway, moving on.
You're all alone. Your friends are in trouble.
You know, speaking of Twitter, I should probably tweet out the fact that I'm live streaming, because it's just me and you, Camel. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Gosh. But that's okay. Hey, Camel, tweet this out. Oh, dang it. I'll see what happens. I come back. Okay, that's where it was.
Trouble. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, Lord. Hydra? And there he is. Mysterio. Oh, he's probably one of the greater villains in the Spider-Man series. Wait, how does...
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
Okay, that was funny. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I was wondering what happened to Mysterio's glass bowl that he used to wear on his head. But, so good. Spider-Man looks cool. So that's something else trending on Twitter. Let's get rid of that. And let's go. We got rid of Carol Channing. I shouldn't have said it that way. Getting rid of Carol Channing. She passed away. That's kind of a bummer. Okay, what else? And then Jake Gyllenhaal, which is the Mysterio thing. I never look at Tuesday Thoughts. Oh, and here is the big one. Oh, and Nick Fury also. So, and then William Barr, who is the Senate hearings on William Barr, who is Trump's nominee for the Attorney General, I believe started yesterday, so people are talking about that. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just the nonsense that goes on through all that right now. You know, I just don't want to talk about it. But the other one thing I'm going to talk about is Gillette, and that's the title of my live stream today is Gillette. The best the man can get. Now I know everyone already saw all the. A lot of people talked about the Gillette ad yesterday, and I was watching it with my wife, and you know, after I had seen it before, and it was just annoying the hell out of me, and so I was watching it with my wife, and you know, she was like, "Oh, that's not that bad," and then we got to talking. I'm like, you know, basically what this ad does is highlights bad behaviors of a small minority of men, in my opinion, and tries to blow them up into something that is, what am I trying to get to here? Right now, men are not allowed to be men anymore, and all you hear is the bad things men do. And no one ever talks about, you know, valuable characteristics in men. And it's really sad because people growing up in this day and age, especially young boys, if that's all they hear, and you know, so many young boys now are growing up in single parent families, have no male role model in the home. They might have a dad who's involved, but you know, it's pretty rare in a single family home that both parents are, well, I don't know if it's rare in most of them, but with so many single family homes, many boys don't have a male role model. And, you know, so if they really think that things are getting worse, I don't know how, but maybe it's because they don't have these role models. But let's go back into the Gillette trending topic here, and that comes from one of today's Twitter moments. Gillette's The Best Men Can Be campaign, which addresses bullying, Me Too, and med setting an example for the next generation, is getting a mixed reaction. Oh man, I'll tell you what. Let's look and see what that mixed reaction looks like. Let's go to I'm going to open up the YouTube page for Gillette commercial, and let's take a look at this so-called mixed reaction. Tell you what, if you haven't seen that, well, let's see. Oh, thank you very much, Camel, for sharing that. Oh, I forgot to tweet it out. I'll have to tweet that out in a second. The mixed reaction. Really? Mixed reaction. Let's look at this mixed reaction. So there you can see it in the see it there in the YouTube window. So here's the Gillette commercial. I'm gonna move that back. I'm just gonna scroll down just a little bit so you can see what this mixed reaction is. Boop, boop, boop. 60,000 likes, 302,000 dislikes, 80,000 comments. Wow. So now I wonder, I'm sure whoever's been doing this account, they've been deleting negative comments quite a bit, and so people just keep redoing them. In fact, here's Karen Strawn. I don't know if you know who Karen Strawn is. Gillette, whoever's in charge of this account, please take my advice. Deleting negative comments is not helping you. Removing dislikes or asking YouTube to do it for you is not helping you. You took some bad advice from someone in your PR or marketing department, or from a marketing consultant who assured you the ad would play in Peoria. In doing so, you're stuck your proverbial appendage into a nest of already fed up and highly annoyed hornets. It might not have been you who riled them up to the point where they sting anything that annoys them, but here we are. I would advise you to embody one of what used to be considered masculine virtues, back when any virtues at all were culturally permitted to be coded as masculine. Own up to your mistake, be accountable, admit your error, and don't make excuses. The behavior of whatever social media personnel you have monitoring and deleting comments under this video is doing the opposite of what men have always been expected to do, which is to accept the full consequences of one's actions and decisions. It's cowardly. It's the opposite of masculine. Here you are in your ad demanding that men take responsibility for the negative behavior of other men, and yet, by trying to erase the evidence of your blunder, you are literally avoiding taking responsibility for your own actions. People can see what you're doing, and they know why you're doing it. Please, for your sake, just stop. Yeah, that... Hey, Johnny, how you doing, buddy? That may be the most succinct and fantastic. I'm going to click a little like on that one because that's great. It's the second most interested in comment, or most liked comment on here. That does a really nice, succinct way of putting what I'm feeling about this ad and what they're doing. But let's go back to the Twitter moments here. So I had to laugh. It's getting mixed reactions. So let's see if we can find that. If they put an article or what they do here. Oh.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get?
No, this is just the ad again. Now, you know what?
Is it?
There's a couple things about this ad that also bothers me. So you're watching this ad, and the first thing they show is someone
We can't hide.
chasing kids, being bullied. Have you ever, when you were in school, or even if you ever happened to interact with school-age girls, have you ever noticed that the worst bullies are girls to other girls, or even girls to boys? They're the worst bullies. You know, this whole thing about bullying, you know, for example, what's that school in Florida? Parkland. Didn't that kid who shot up the school, wasn't he being bullied by that Emma chick with the, you know, with the shaved head? It's not a masculine trait to be a bully. I don't know.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long.
Now, there's a part of this clip too that kind of I'm curious about. Let's look. Now, watch this right here. This little couple seconds here.
It's been going on.
Not that part, but right after
far
this.
too long.
Okay, this is so they showed the hipster dancing dude right here, and the very next scene. So they got the girl twerking in front of him or whatever, dancing in front of him. What did that mean? What was that? What was the people are dancing is a toxic behavior? They're dancing. Yeah, I know. But that's different. We didn't know. That's what Emma said to Justify. Yeah, you're right. But she was one of the worst bullies in the school. And now she's, now she's famous. Famous for finally doing what she thinks is the right thing. Okay, let's go back to this.
We can't laugh it off.
Who's the daddy?
Okay, so yeah, sitcoms and comedy can't have anything funny.
Think she's trying to say.
Making the same.
Also, back to this guy too.
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Oh, okay, little mansplaining there. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Emma Gonzalez. That's who I was thinking of. The Parkland chick. Okay.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Yeah, and this thing. It depends. Are those kids just wrestling, or are they fighting, or is one being bullied? You don't even know what's happening there. That's stupid.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Allegations.
I'm just going to let you marinate on this for a second. While I'm doing that, I'm going to tweet out the link. Oh, yeah. Let's just marinate on that. Have you had enough? Have you had enough? Just one more second. Oh no, I don't hate you. I just thought this was a good time to go AMSR. Have you had enough? I should have. All right, guys, since it's just you guys in here. Wait, let's see. Did anyone else show up? I don't even know. I can't tell. I have to put 2 windows. There's 4 watching now. Hi, everybody, whoever just showed up. Quick question. Should I make one of my days of the week AMSR news, where I just whisper the news the whole day? Someone was talking about my sexy, silky voice the other day, and I was thinking, and then they said something about, oh, you should do AMSR. What's it called? AMSA? How is it? AMSR. Is that correct? AMSR? I just put it in the chat. Yeah. Oh, it's AS. What does it stand for? Does anyone know what it stands for? ASMR. That? What is it? What is that? Does anyone know what that stands for? AS. What is it? Here. Should I do a search? Wait, stare, not stream. I don't know what that means. Not a clue. Anyway, it's people whispering shit, basically, or making really soft noises on a microphone. Anyways, a sphincter merely relates. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I just don't. What does that have to do with whispering? Anyway, all right. So let's go back into here. Where was I on this silly little Gillette commercial? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, have you marinated in that enough? Okay, I don't hate you enough to keep this on any longer. Now, so I'm trying to listen to what the rest of these ads are saying.
Regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
Oh, whatever.
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable. Smile, sweetie. Come on.
Smile, sweetie. Yeah, I know. but yeah, so Tarketta, I said you're such a toxic male for making us stare at her. Now, I didn't say you had to stare at her. Okay, don't stare. You can look and glance and then look away and then look back and she's still there and glance and look away. I don't know. You know, have you, by the way, so the smile sweetie thing. Now,
Accountable. Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the...
Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to move on.
Right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool. Not cool.
So what was the guy going to do? Was he going to go start tugging at the woman's clothes, or he was just going to try to meet her? I don't even know. Is that a toxic behavior? Is it wrong to try to meet someone you find attractive? I don't know. I know women do it. You know, they walk up to men who they think are attractive and talk to them. I don't know.
Already are. In ways big
Yo, men,
and small.
I am strong.
Okay, your daughter's strong. I don't know. Oh, 5-second rule? I don't know. This is Gillette. That stupid Gillette ad.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay?
So how were they treating each other? Were they just wrestling, or were they having a fight? I mean, yeah, most parents would. What dad wouldn't pull the two kids apart if they start fighting? That's not even. Why is that toxic masculinity? Someone I was listening to the repeat of the Monkey in the Morning, and he had Gutenberg on there and Dax, and they were talking about how, you know, in every mammal in the animal kingdom, the male's roughhouse. It's kind of a part of, it's a natural kind of tendency. You know, my wife and I were also talking about yesterday how, you know, testosterone versus estrogen affects people. You know, even there's some trans people who talk about how when they start taking testosterone, female to male trans people, when they start taking testosterone, how they feel themselves becoming more aggressive and more likely to take risk. And I remember Milo Stewart. Do you remember Milo Stewart? That the goofy little. Well, she was a goofy little girl, and then she turned trans and whatever. She's a boy now. She talks about that, how he now started feeling just having more aggressive thoughts and having more willing to take risks. And you could tell the different tone as he started going on testosterone, just the different tone of his videos. Yeah, I know, unfortunately, but every once in a while I go revisit him. He's been on testosterone for over a year now, just to see what's going on. And yeah, it's a completely different tone. You know, it's just interesting how our hormones affect people.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
Here's another thing that really bothers me about this commercial. So that last line, the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow. But now you're no longer allowed to teach boys how to be gentlemen. You know, it's wrong to hold doors open for women or even other people sometimes. You're not allowed to be a gentleman anymore, but you're also supposed to guide boys on how to be. Well, and again, like I said, there's so many single parent families that are led by females that there's no one around to teach them how to be the men of tomorrow. There's no one there to teach them that. And that's, you know, I think that's a big problem in our society. But, you know, anyway, Gillette's doing its virtue signaling. I heard Dollar Shave Club is just cleaning up on this. In fact, I should probably look here. I wanted to check Twitter. Let's look up if Dollar Shave Club has an account. Here we go. Dollar Shave Club. They do have an account. Let's check their account today. Because I think, now look at their, oh wait, I'd have to put this on. This is funny. So this is Dollar Shave Club's, you know, Twitter page. Look at that photo. Do you think any of those guys would have ever shown up in that Gillette ad? I think the funny thing about it too is, you know, Dollar Shave Club, Schick, Bic, all these other companies are going to see a bonanza of people buying their products. I don't, you know, it probably won't hurt Gillette. It won't hurt Procter and Gamble, that's for sure. Procter and Gamble is the parent company of Gillette. It's not going to hurt them because their fingers are everywhere, and I'm not even sure that Bic or Schick are not also owned by Procter and Gamble. I'm not 100% sure. But here's Dollar Shave Club. They pinned to the top. Oh, their last tweet. Welcome to the club. Because I think they've just had a massive influx of people checking them out since this ad has come out. That's hilarious. Yeah, let's see. What's this dude?
Hey guys, it's Nick and Tony, and as you guys can see, I was blessed with a lot of hair.
Okay, thanks,
Dollar
Nick.
Shave Club hooks me up with all the blades I need to tame this damn beast. So sign up with Dollar Shave Club, guys.
Okay, well, dude, you need a shave though. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've have anything else from since that ad came out, but my gosh. Yeah, welcome to the club. I think that's hilarious. Oh man. All right, let's see. Now, what is the last thing I got here? So get to Gillette. NATO's also trending apparently. You know, so Trump repeatedly discussed withdrawing U.S. from NATO. Yes, he did. Have we withdrawn from NATO? And part of this is because what's Joaquin Castro from California, he has never said a bad word about Vladimir Putin. He had done things that are essentially what the Russians would want in terms of foreign policy. He's undermined our alliance with NATO. Well, that's kind of interesting. Let's see. So the big thing everyone's talking about NATO. I don't know. It's like everyone kind of coordinates what they're going to talk about, and I don't know if that's because of Castro or somebody else said something about it. Yeah. Yes, the president did discuss withdrawing U.S. from NATO. Yes, he had a little bit of a contentious relationship with NATO. Have we withdrawn from NATO? No, we have not. Have the NATO allies, have they, what's the word, agreed to put more money into what NATO is about? Yes, they have. So I don't know what the, I don't know, whatever. It's just, it's anti-Trump all the time from the media, except for the few outlets that are super pro-Trump. I just want to hear the news. I just want to hear what's going on. Yeah, the trending thing today, President Trump's Attorney General pick William Barr faces Senate confirmation hearings. So that's another thing trending today. And what's the final thing that I had that was trending here? Did I hit them all? Yes, I did. Dolly, that's from Carol Channing. Yep. All right, great. That's awesome. All right. Moving on to some headlines from one of my favorite sites called the Ace of Spades. All kinds of stuff going on today. Hemingway, New York Times reveals FBI retaliated against Trump for Comey firing. If you've been following that, so the big news is that after Comey was fired, the FBI decided that they were going to investigate Trump and try to see if he was a Russian agent, which, if you've followed that at all, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page had more communications saying that this was the time to get Andy to, what was it? Anyway, Andrew McCabe. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I guess I'm not much of a Motorhead fan. Now that I'm looking at you in the chat there, I got to pay attention more down there. Anyway, let's see. I'll just find the article here. Oh, here's actually the one I wanted to read. Missing key documents about alleged misconduct by Robert Mueller's lead prosecutor. Late Friday, a federal judge's office confirmed that several documents that would shed light on the special counsel's lead prosecutor's alleged misconduct. Listen to this. Are missing from the court record. Andrew Weissman, the lead prosecutor for special counsel Robert Mueller, has a history of questionable conduct, but the full extent of Weissman's alleged prosecutorial misconduct is unclear because some of the most serious charges were hidden behind redactions and secreted in sealed court filings. 2 months ago, I sued, this is Margot Cleveland writing this, I sued to have these records released, but late Friday, federal judge Sim Lake, case manager, confirmed that several of the sought-after documents are missing from the court record. It's amazing how things just get lost all the time when it comes to this. They lost a bunch of the text messages from Strzok and Page. They've lost some of James Comey's notes that he leaked to the New York Times and to other places. Oh, hey Johnny, get some sleep. I know this is normally when you're about headed to bed. Is that correct? I know you're a second, third shift guy. So anyway, yeah. So there, more lost documents. I don't know how much you followed this whole Trump Russia investigation, but they have a really big problem with losing documents that would be advantageous to the administration or detrimental to the FBI. It's just nuts. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of a funny story. So the Clemson Tigers, one of the college football team that won the national championship, was invited to the White House yesterday. And because of the government shutdown, apparently the White House chefs are not around. And so President Trump decided to buy them all food from Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, and some kind of pizza. So, but he gets roasted for it. Trump roasted for serving football champions fast food at the White House. It was the smell of victory. It was the smell of achievement. It was the smell of burgers and fries from McDonald's and Wendy's. On Monday, President Trump welcomed the NCAA champion football players at Clemson University at the White House, where, instead of lobster and prime rib, they were treated to a feast of American fast food paid out of the president's own pocket, no less. The scent of burgers and fries and victory wafted through the stately White House on Monday as President Trump saluted college football's Clemson Tigers for winning the national championship, reported CBS News. Trump, a fast food lover, said he even paid for the meal himself because of the partial government shutdown. He did not disclose the tab. The president told reporters upon returning from his trip to New Orleans that the meal was meant to be a little fun, which, these guys are college students. It probably was kind of a funny thing for them to go to the White House and eat fast food. Anyway, we ordered American fast food paid for by me. Lots of hamburgers, lots of pizza, Trump said. We have some very large people that like eating, so I think we're going to have a little fun. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders confirmed that since much of the White House staff has been furloughed via the government shutdown, the president is personally paying for the event to be catered with some of everyone's favorite fast foods. Players were privy to an offering of Wendy's wrapped burgers stacked neatly across assortments of silver trays. Boxed Big Macs from McDonald's were also available, and if that didn't suit the players' taste, pizza was available as well. But the best offering of all were the fries, which were served in White House cups bearing the presidential seal. Oh, that's just hilarious. Congrats. Have some. Of course, but people were just dragging him for this. Yes, that's what I thought. Oh, is expected to have steak and lobster at the White House? I don't think so. I don't think they've ever done that. In fact, I know that I can remember there was a time when President Obama had some group of younger people at the White House, and they had pizza and hot dogs. Okay, so I don't know. You know what? These players are college students, won a national championship. They're going to the White House. I think this would be fun. I would crack up if I went to the White House. But here's one right here. Jeffrey Wright. Congrats. Have some cold ass Big Macs. Oh my God. Here's the thing. Trump believes every single stereotype that is out there. So the stereotype that college kids, athletes, just eat fast food all the time is all he knows. These college football powerhouses are billion-dollar businesses. Much more stake than 4 for $4, tweeted Black Sports Online CEO Robert Little. He continued, they have a video of Trump calling the 4 for $4 Great American Food while some guy is lighting candles by a bunch of Big Macs and then explaining this is why we need the wall. I kid you not, this is real life. Well, you know, dude, get over it. Congressman Ted Lieu, everyone's favorite knucklehead from California. There's sure a lot of Big Macs in the picture, all of which invariably will be lukewarm or cold by the time the Clemson football team gets them. Also, does this look like we're having a national emergency? No, because there is no national emergency. You know what, dude? This is just a fun thing for people. Justin Duckman. Trump shows off the fast food spread at the White House brought out for the Clemson players. There was Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, and Domino's. No sign of Chick-fil-A, Krispy Kreme, or Chipotle. Dude, again, they're college students. They're young. But not everyone disliked the president's choice of food for the night. The Daily Wire's Matt Walsh felt it was a step up from the typical fancy banquet. Walsh tweeted, people are really finding a reason to complain that Trump had some football players over and served them a fast food feast. Find me a football player who would love to be served a tray full of Big Macs. I guarantee you can't. He added, I've been to plenty fancy banquets type events in my day, and I can't think of a single one that wouldn't have been vastly improved by a tray of Big Macs. Ain't that the truth? You know, it's like, who cares? Those who say the Clemson Tigers were not giving presidential treatment are fooling themselves, considering the fact that President Trump regularly eats fast food, especially McDonald's, and has probably boasted of it several times on social media. Also, he served the players a traditional banquet. The president's if he had served the players a traditional banquet, the president's critics would be complaining that he insensitively held a White House fancy feast while thousands go without paychecks during the government's shutdown. Isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter what he does. People hate him, and they're just going to hate on him. So, and I frankly really don't care. Let's see. No, there was while I was on Twitter, I think. Let's see here. Let's find my Twitter, because I actually had a little conversation about this with somebody. Oh, yeah, this Luke Russert. So Luke Russert writes, Obama got torched for giving DVDs to the Queen. Imagine if he offered up fast food at an official function. And then the upside down whatever thing here. Which, if you remember, President Obama on his first state visit to Great Britain, brought a gift for the Queen of England, which were DVDs of his own speeches. That was his gift on a state visit, his first state visit. So I wrote to Russert, you mean the DVDs of his own speeches to the Queen of England compared to fast food for a bunch of college kids? I don't see the comparison. That was just a stupid comparison. But anyway, yeah. Silly man. All right. So, I'm getting close to the end of the hour here. Let's see what I got. Oh, it's just, looks like it's just me and you, Camel. I don't think Takata's still here. But that's okay. Here's where it's gonna go. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna do this every day, and usually it'll be around 9 o'clock Central Time. Sometimes it'll be a little earlier, but I'll try to get out to tweet out when it starts. I do really appreciate you coming by, man, because I'm only hoping to make this bigger and better. And as I get better at learning how to use the transition items, hopefully this will be more entertaining. Let's see, do I have any more? What was... Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here. It'll help, too, when I start getting... when I start having guests on here, because that'll help me not always having to figure out what I'm going to say. But yeah, I am in the right time zone. Central Time Zone is awesome for me. And since a couple of the guys that I watched, one of the reasons I'm doing this in the morning is because some of the guys I watch and or participate on their live streams don't seem to have a set time, which is fine. I mean, I don't expect people to be on my time, but this is the time that always works for me. So I figured, what the heck, I'll try starting my own and try to have some fun with it. So just let's see if there's any more headlines that jump out. There's a whole bunch here. House GOP leaders remove Steve King from committee assignments. If you know what's going on with Steve King, let's see. Oh, really? Okay, last article. It's going to piss me off, but I'm going to read it anyway. Sharpton, heavily courted by 2020 Democrats, will hold off endorsement for a year. Al Sharpton is being heavily courted by Democrats seeking his endorsement as they pursue the 2020 presidential nomination. But he said he won't make a decision on who he'll support for at least a year. Okay. Here is my take on just that first sentence. Al Sharpton, let me read that first sentence again. Al Sharpton is being heavily courted by Democrats seeking his endorsement as they pursue the 2020 presidential nomination. That is a lie. That is a straight up lie. And in fact, I'm going to guess, and let's see. The liberal civil rights activist and NBC host has met with a flurry of possible 2020 contenders in recent weeks, including Senators Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Kirsten Gillibrand, and he's planning to speak soon with former Rep. Beto O'Rourke from Texas, The Atlantic reported. That means nothing. They're not courting his endorsement. Al Sharpton is almost a non-figure anymore. He is, not that he's irrelevant, but he wrote that he is promoting himself as people seeking his endorsement. He's one of the first people who learned how to monetize racial division. And I think if the pros right now of that are Tariq Nasheed, Sean King especially. I'm going to talk about that case of the little girl who got shot on a day when I'm more prepared. I might just make a video about it because it's a little easier to make a video about it than to speak about it off the cuff, because I get too pissed off about Talcum X. And that's, I just laugh every time I hear that. Talcum X, Martin Luther Cream, Jesse Whiteson. Anyway, whatever you want to call Talcum X. But anyway, but they all learned how to monetize racial strife from Al Sharpton. And but he's trying to keep himself relevant. He's been an MSNBC host and trying to stay relevant on there, but I don't even know if he has a show on anymore. But anyway, I'm going to read on. Sharpton has become a mainstream figure in the Democratic Party, in sharp contrast to his early days as a fiery jumpsuit-wearing racial antagonist. He hasn't changed that much. In fact, when he went down to Duke during the Duke rape case and, kind of screwed that all up. Anyway, known for his invectives against Jews and the police. Gillibrand will speak at a Martin Luther King Day Jr. celebration put on by the National Action Network, a nonprofit organization founded by Sharpton. That's because she was invited. Next Monday, former Vice President Joe Biden and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg will join Sharpton in Washington, D.C. for an NAN event that same day. Sharpton said he is open to supporting Biden and Bloomberg, who have rankled some progressives due to their respective support for a 1990s crime bill blamed for high incarceration rates among African Americans and the stop and frisk policy in New York. I don't think we're looking for someone without flaws. I'm looking for someone who can work on an agenda going forward, Sharpton told The Atlantic. Well, it's a good thing you're not looking for someone without flaws, because your flaws are glaring, sir. What else? Sharpton told The Atlantic, indicating he wants to see how candidates handle the questions of voter rights, police use of force, and other civil rights issues. Yeah, I can do a whole video on police use of force, too. That's another topic that rankles the hairs on the back of my neck. But Sharpton isn't making an endorsement anytime soon, planning to hold off for at least a year, while candidates try to sort out how to talk about the economy, the president, foreign policy, and the future of the country. He says he's focused on seeing specifics on their plans for how to expand voting rights and civil rights protections and deal substantively with police brutality. Police brutality. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I got to close down shop for the day. Sharpton is probably the main source for this article, or the article in The Atlantic. And I'm just telling you, his endorsement doesn't mean that much, even to the black community. He's not as relevant as he once was. Then that's all I got to say about that. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for the stream today. I want to thank people who showed up today, and particularly you, Camel, because you're the only one left besides me watching myself. But it was fun. I will be back tomorrow, same time, same channel, which is here at the Dawg Knight channel. Also, I want to just remind you that I do also have another channel called Marty's Big Journey, where I do some more personal stuff that I'm going to start putting videos up there now that the Christmas holiday season's over. I'll have some time to do some editing. And we'll be here daily, and then I'll do some random evening streams here and there, but particularly on Sunday night, when I'll be doing Sunday Night Live, KNIGHT, just upon there. And until then, this is Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Have a great day.